Welcome to Innovator Baat. Today we have a young entrepreneur with us, Krishna, founder of Dream Aerospace, a startup working in defense technology. Welcome to the podcast, Hari. Please introduce yourself to the audience.
Hello everyone, I'm Krishnan, co-founder and CEO of Dream Aerospace Technologies Private Limited. So we actually work on development of green monopropellant thrusters for different satellite applications. So we usually work on developing propulsion system for space applications, and we have been in this journey for past 2 years.
Okay.
And we have also secured a few grants for the development of this prototype. So currently we are in TRL4. So this is about us.
I really get happy when I see young entrepreneurs like you hustling in the startup ecosystem, not just for the buzzword, but actually making a deep tech, hard tech thing, and that too in defense and aerospace, as you mentioned. I would like to understand, how did you conceptualize this idea?
Okay. So basically, we are an aerospace graduate. So myself and my co-founder Rohit. So we are batchmates in aerospace engineering. When
You graduated in
2021.
2020.
Yeah. So we were working on this rocket propulsion and satellites since our BTech. We actually had an opportunity of sending a lightest balloon set. So this was awarded as lightest balloon set by IBR and URF World Record.
Balloon.
Yeah, so basically what balloon sat means, generally a satellite will be sent to a space, and that is going to be an orbiting one. So balloon sat is something that so that will be sent to an altitude of around 30 to 35 kilometer. It just measures the weather parameters. So for that purpose, it was a competition actually which was conducted by NASA. So we have participated and we won the competition. So they usually select 100 experiments. So we were one of the like 100 one in the 100 experiments. So our experiment was sent using NASA's CUBES in Space program balloon sat, balloon.
Really nice.
So this was during our actually first year. So we had an opportunity.
First year of BTech.
First year of BTech, yeah.
Very nice.
So we had this opportunity of working on with satellites. We got to know about some satellite technologies and all. Later that we started to work on rocket propulsion. So we actually built a miniature 300 Newton rocket engine in our college when we were in the final year.
It was funded by your college only?
Yeah, it was actually done that. This was actually our final year project also. Okay. We converted it as a project also. And that was on a 300 Newton engine. So it is a mini engine and that used actually a kerosene and oxygen for combustion. So with this little developments, we got more interest on this rocket propulsion, and we wanted to start something on this rocket or aerospace field. So we had an opportunity to connect with various industry experts. Dr. Pillai sir, who is a former CEO of BrahMos Aerospace, so he is one of our mentors. So and many other mentors also from ISRO. So they actually gave us a good problem statement basically on look onto the low thrust options. Many companies now are working on with high thrust options, but you can go on with low thrust options and also a greener aspect to it.
Okay.
So this was the problem statement given by by few of our mentors. So we actually took that statement and started to build that.
And actually, it is a very important thing when we are developing something new, and identifying right problem statement which can actually give you like good product.
Exactly.
Acceptable product, I will say.
Correct. So that actually we were very fortunate enough to get these from our advisors itself. So that it even gives some validation on what we are actually working on. And also going on with, so we started a research like what all other alternatives are there, a market study basically, and we found that the traditional propellant actually which we are using, it is very much efficient enough because it has been used in like around 2-3 decades now. But by ISRO and throughout the world, which is hydrazine based usually.
Okay.
But these propellant, though it is very much efficient, they are very carcinogenic. So it is not good for human health also. And many countries like Europe have banned this hydrazine usage, and they are like United Nations goal, sustainable development goals is pushing towards greener fuels also. So for this purpose, many startups have actually come up with many new solutions. So what we have done is, so we focused on the greener aspect as well, the cost aspect obviously, and also we started to focus on the performance aspect. So we developed our own proprietary propellant, which is RH521, and this propellant is very more efficient than the hydrazine based propellant, and also this can be used for various space missions as well, from 1 Newton, which the mission which requires 1 Newton thrust, to around 22 Newton as well.
Oh. So the propellant is developed by you guys?
Yeah, so we have actually partnered with lab in IIT Kanpur. So we have actually partnered with Energetic Material Laboratory from IIT Kanpur.
Okay.
And with help of one of our mentor, Professor Srinivas Dharawat sir, so we are actually developing this. And
he is from here only?
Yeah, he is a professor in IIT Kanpur. Yeah. So he's a professor in IIT Kanpur, and we actually started to get his guidance on this propellant development, and currently we have developed the propellant which is of the required ISP.
So who is your buyer, you see?
So basically, generally people will have an understanding that the government is only the buyer for this kind of startup. So that is not for our case, especially because we are focusing on a B2B segment as well, because nowadays the satellite companies who are manufacturing satellites, they are increasing rapidly. So in India itself, there are around 4 to 5 very good tested startups who are actually working on this satellite company, who are building their own satellite. And also there are many satellite manufacturers throughout the world, so they actually requires a propulsion system for their own mission. So this satellite company, being an electronics based company, so they usually procure this from outside. So yeah, so they outsource the propulsion system depending on their mission requirement, and this is how it actually works. And also obviously government will also procure this for their own space missions. But still we wanted to target on this B2B as well, and that is our actual focus as of now.
So I think it's a new thing, like any other startup doing it, any competitor of yours?
Yeah, we do have competitors like Dawn Aerospace, and there are many other competitors abroad, so are doing extremely well in terms of their product, and so they have actually what I would say is made it very much clear, like they have made it as a plug and play system in which the manufacturer can just get it, plug to the system, use it. So they have made it in a very good way, so I should really appreciate their effort. So what we have taken is, we have actually taken some positive thing from them, and we have tried to reduce. So they actually go with bipropulsion system, so which adds to the weight. So they actually uses a bipropellant based system, and we wanted to reduce the weight also, so we moved on with monopropellant. And also the pressure requirement, and in a few of the cases they are very high pressure storage tanks are required. We are like around 50 bar, so we are not focusing on that segment. We are focusing on little lower than 50 bar, because 50 bar is extremely high pressure for low small CubeSats.
Okay.
So on these aspects we are trying to improve, so what they are actually missing out, and also in terms of performance we are pushing the efficiency beyond this.
Is your solution cheaper than them?
Obviously, because the major part of doing in India is having the cost reduction factor. Yeah. So we know that ISRO is actually very much
cost efficient.
Yeah, it is very cost efficient missions. So not compromising in terms of efficiency or any other parameters, we are providing a very good solution here. So obviously we will be also providing a very good cost effective solution, and also very good performance thruster in terms of efficiency as well.
Hari, as per I know, you are a first generation entrepreneur, graduated in 2021. Aspirations of any parent whose kid is an engineer is that he should join a conventional job, and obviously because there is a generation gap between us and our parents. How difficult it was to convince your parents, or how easy it was to tell them that I want to start a startup, I want to break the conventional thing and do something of my own?
Okay. So this I can start it from my 12th. So coming to me personally, so even from my childhood, like I was very fascinated on studying aerospace engineering. So when I was actually completing 12th, many people have said you don't have scope in aerospace, you can take some other course, so that will give you even more good jobs. But still I was very eager on studying this, and like fortunately my parents were very supportive on that. So they said, okay, you are wishing to do this, okay, you take that. So it actually started from there. And when I got like I actually completed, and I got few PhD offers also in IITs. But then choosing that choosing startups as full-time career. So when I came up with this kind of thought to my parents, obviously many parents will not accept that, because if I'm doing some PhD in IIT, that is a safer thing. So they actually like wanted that, but it is actually opposite in my case. So they were very supportive, since they know that I was actually very much interested on these rocket stuffs and propulsion aspects. So they said, if you feel that is fine, then you proceed. So they gave me that extra courage as well, so that since they are very supportive, because in initial days we cannot even get the salary. So we actually want their financial support also. So they are supportive. Yeah, they are very very much supportive. And even the same for my co-founder also. So even his parents, they were very much supportive. So though we are not from a very well good family, so we are like we are not a very financially stable family, still they are very supportive to us. And so that is actually encouraging us as well.
So that's what I was going to ask, that how you guys are managing your funds, like what you're bootstrapped right now, and it will, for a product based company, managing their funds is really important. One startup I was talking to previously said that you should they are doing some services like CFD, computing for other to have a revenue flow in their company, and they should be bootstrapped, and that is also a good sustainable method, rather than completely pivoting towards another idea. They are doing side thing, like a freelance thing, and sustaining themselves. So how you have managed your funds? What are the grants and opportunities you have applied, and what, like you mentioned earlier? So we'll like you to talk
sure. So coming to this financial aspect, so even we were initially, so actually as I said, we were not from a very financially stable family. So I cannot ask a few lakhs from my father to start the business, so that is not going to happen, obviously. And so what we actually did is we started with these freelancing thing. So since I was quite strong in rocket propulsion and the CFD aspect, so I started to do some courses, take some courses on them, on like the final years and third year students.
So you start teaching?
Not exactly teaching. I would explain them the process of how to build a rocket engine. So with theoretical aspect and computational aspect also.
Workshops.
Yeah, workshops kind of thing. So with that we could initially generate a few lakhs revenue.
Few lakhs?
Like around 3-4 lakhs approximately. So that actually helped us for the initial bootstrapping, because the rocket aspect or the thruster which we are building, it actually requires a very large amount of fund. And so we were very much we wanted to reduce the cost in all aspects, but still the cost will be very high to do a prototype or for a small testing as well. So this actually helped us. So this freelancing part actually helped us conducting workshops, and we have actually conducted a very big satellite workshop in Hindustan University as well. So we were the technology partner for the event. So these actually helped us a lot for the initial development. And what happened is later we got incubation.
You have a handkerchief? You have a lot of sweat, so it's interesting.
So what happened is after that we got incubation support from IIT Kanpur. So that was really helpful. So from SIC IIT Kanpur. So what happened is we have actually applied through the website, and we actually heard back from the team, and we had couple of interviews, and they have taken us as the incubee. So that was actually really helpful, because this gave us few validations. So initially we were working on this, but when some very good reputed institutes actually backs you up, so that actually
the
helps
brand
us.
gets associated with it.
Yeah, exactly. So because people will trust us, they are doing something. And here also, so it was not. So they had their own due diligence. They checked everything, and that is when they have actually given us the incubation support. So after that, we got the TANSEED grant from Tamil Nadu government. So Tamil Nadu government often they through their startup Tamil Nadu program, so they do a TANSEED event. That is a competition basically. So in which many startups apply and
pitch battle kind of thing.
Not that. So it is something like they will open the window, everyone will apply, and then they will scrutinize and they will give it to. No, it is like a competition. Like a pitching competition, like in which startups will actually apply and they will have their own scrutinizing criteria, and they will have few incubators, like one is in Coimbatore, PSD, and there are many other incubators as well. So they will segregate the startups based on regions, and like 100 startups will be selected. Again, they will have their own evaluation and will be called for some boot camps as well. And then the final list they will. So it is a very big process. So around 6-7 months it actually took us. So and then we.
And what was that amount you got?
10 lakhs grant.
10 lakhs.
It was a grant.
Congrats.
Yeah. Thank you. So we actually got that grant.
And that amount is like, is it against developing some product? Like they have asked you to develop some product, or just a competition prize money?
No, it is a product development grant in which we are bound to do certain milestones which we have mentioned. So we have actually given that grant to develop our prototype and prove the proof of concept. So this is what actually the purpose of the grant, which is.
And is it not loan? No, you don't.
It is not a loan. It is a grant.
Okay, really nice.
So then we also got Nidhi Prayas through IIT Kanpur. So that also helped us a lot. And what happened is.
What was that amount?
It was also 10 lakhs grant. Yeah. And then there was a program which was conducted by STPI, Software Technology Park of India, which is Chunoti 5.0 program. So even we got selected for that, and it was actually a CCPS based investment. It is against for 10 lakhs. So through Pontac venture capital firm, we got this the CCPS work done, and then we have also got this 10 lakhs grant. So apart from that, we also won few of the competition. One is the Together. We were the finalist for Together 4.0 competition, which was a joint between India and Canada. And we have also won this Eureka competition, which was conducted by ECEL IIT Bombay. IIT Bombay, yeah. So that we got around 1.25 lakhs as a competition money. Yeah, so these are few.
Congrats, Hari. You are actually an inspiration to many people, many middle class youths who are actually pursuing their bachelors or have done their bachelors, have a vision in their mind, they want to do something. These are actually the grants and incubators Hari right now mentioned, guys. These are the incubators who are supporting innovation and person who has zeal in themselves to work on their ideas, and they are backing them with 10 lakhs, 20 lakhs of funds. So you don't have to actually worry about funding, but actually work on your idea and make it an innovative product. So Hari, what is the thing you want to say to your viewers right now, like who are still in a confusion state, that how should we proceed or what we should do? So how they should actually approach entrepreneurship?
So actually coming on, so I'll focus on this defense aspect. So if we take the defense, the entire amount which is given to for the defense sector, around 40% initially, like before COVID, around 49% was completely given for the exporting. Like the amount was used for exporting purpose. Importing purpose. So it was actually imported from other countries, and the remaining, like it was hugely reduced due to many programs like IDEX and many government programs. So they have been hugely reduced, but still the amount is around more than 30%. So from this we can clearly tell that the requirement for, because government is actually pushing towards Make in India and Atmanirbhar Bharat, so the requirement for this is actually there. So that is obvious. So with this we can tell that there are many requirement which has to be done, and that can be mostly done by startups. So because the major part or major thing which is there in the startup is we can actually pivot also if it is required. But the huge companies, they will have their own plan, and that is not very obvious
very
to them. Easy also for them. So this actually advantage we have for startups. So that is why sudden hype or sudden increase in the revenue, everything will happen in a very sudden way for a startup. So from this, from this defense alone, it is very clear that the requirement is obviously there. So there are many requirements for many new entrepreneurs who have to come. So people who are actually interested to come into entrepreneurship, so they can actually focus on the problem statement which is actually there, because I know few people. So the problem statement was actually not defined. So they will themselves think that this is the actual problem statement without speaking with the customer. So when we speak with them, everything what we think will change. So if they do a complete proper market study, and also they come up on developing new products, so definitely there are many schemes, many grants, many incubators to support their entrepreneur journey, so they can get benefited a lot. And so this is what I just wanted to tell them. So many people can actually join into this program because the requirement is there, and also the support is also there from government and many people as well.
In your answer, you mentioned about a program called IDEX. It's a flagship program by Ministry of Defense actually to support indigenously built technologies supporting defense. So there are different challenges or grants active under IDEX, ranging from 1 crore to 10 crores. These are actually challenges posted by Ministry of Defense, Ministry of Air Force, military and other departments, and you have to just solve and make a technology, and you will be funded with those amount. So go and visit idex.org website, and you will know more about these programs. Hari, how many people are there in your team currently?
So we actually have a mixture of part-time and full-time people. So there are around 5 people who are working with us full-time, and more than 7 people who are part-time associated with us.
Okay. Yeah. So best of luck, Hari, and it was a really nice talk with you. You are an inspiration to many youths watching us right now. Thank you so much for coming to our podcast.
Thank you. Bye.